Uh, that thing on your head. Huh? I mean, look at my head. Look at your head. What's on your head? Exactly. But there is something on your head. What's up, people? Jennifer, what's up? Welcome back, everybody. All right. I got to get my official gear on before I get super busy. All right. How's everybody doing? Alrighty. So tonight I jumped the gun and I decided to make a version of something that I have in my cookbook. Right. So there's a rice stick noodle dish in my cookbook. So I'm doing that today. All right. So this is a variation of that delicious dish. Whoops. Hold on. Whoops. Hold on. Let's pin that. Okay, cool. All right, we're good. So yeah, good evening, Christine. What's up, everybody? Welcome, welcome. Alrighty. So book is on sale, and for those of you who have already bought the book, I have a special surprise coming for you. So stay tuned. Not to worry. All right. Bear with me. Okie dokie. Alrighty, let's get it popping. I have a class that I'm teaching at 7:30, so I am going to breeze through today's live. But please believe it's gonna be juicy. Jam-packed. Yay! All right, so let's get into it. Let's get prepping. Let's get started. All right, first things first, we're gonna get the tofu going so we can have that cooking while we prep everything else. Right, and I'm really excited because the greens that I'm using, all of them I actually just picked from outside my balcony. All right. So we have fresh celery, basil, and mint all growing outside right now. So without further ado, let's jump into our tofu. So you see, I have it wrapped in paper towel, right? This is so I don't have to use any kind of equipment to press it, and it's nice and dry, but not too dry, right? And then now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make little sticks out of it because we're doing noodle, and I wanted to kind of mimic the same thing. You know what I mean? So let's jump in there, right? Boom, boom, boom. We're gonna go. All right. So you know what? We're gonna slice down like this first. Chef, which book are you cooking from? The Veganish Black Cookbook. Food you want to eat. Right? It's the one that's pinned right now. What's up, everybody? Welcome, welcome. Okay, so we got those slices, and then we're going to go this way. All right, so we're doing little sticks. All right. Yes. Okay. Now for the very, very important parts. We're going to drizzle a little bit of oil on our baking pan first, and then we're going to go with the tofu, right? Because we want to give this sort of like a bake and sear action at the same time, right? Bake and sear action. So a little bit of that, and we're going to go with a touch of sesame oil, right? Not a lot. And now we're going to put these babies on here. So what I'm going to do is we're going to just kind of spread it on here. We want to make sure that we're separating everything, right? The goal is to not have it all stuck together, but without breaking it up, right? So you want to sort of be gentle, you know what I mean? It's like TLC, you know. What's up, people? Welcome, welcome. All good, all good. All right, so today we are doing a version of my rice stick noodle recipe out of my cookbook, which is pinned below. All right, so this rice stick noodle, there's a lot of variations of it. You can boil the noodles, you can soak them, you can fry them. Wait till you see the noodles. They're puffed, They look amazing. All right. So because they are rice stick noodles, you can do a lot with them, right? You can boil them, you can fry them, you can drop them in liquid, and they cook. They cook very easily, right?
Someone said you stay awesome.
Ah, Russ, you're awesome. All right. Well, thank you. So yeah, people, we're gonna get this tofu seasoned up real good. If you guys listen to podcasts, I was just on the physician's exam room podcast, and we were talking about how to flavor mushrooms. Well, not mushrooms. What am I talking about? That's how much I love mushrooms. But flavor tofu, how to do it really well, right? So we're gonna do that today, right? First things first is tofu needs to be seasoned, right? There's nothing worse than bland tofu. Like I don't even understand. It's one thing if it's in miso soup, like I get it. You don't need to season the tofu. But if you're adding the tofu to like a stir fry, you're adding it to some rice or anything that you're gonna eat the tofu by itself in one way, shape, or another, like why wouldn't you season it? You know what I mean? It's like, and I think the people that don't season it are people that don't really understand tofu, or people that really eat meat more predominantly. But even if you eat meat more predominantly, you're not gonna cook a piece of meat or a piece of chicken or anything like that and not season it. So it's the same idea with tofu. Like this is your meat substitute, so you have to treat it the same way you would any kind of meat. You know what I mean? Any kind of poultry, like any protein that you're about to have, you gotta treat it the same way. You know what I'm saying? Make the connection sometimes. I think yeah. So I got my broil on, right? It's cranking at 550. I'm gonna use this baby right here. This is smoke salt, right? So this is sea salt smoked with mesquite and mesquite and hickory. Yes, almost forgot. So we're gonna just season this liberally. All right. All right. We want to make sure that we sprinkle it on every single piece, just a little bit, little bit, little bit. All right. Now the goal is when you're seasoning, especially when you're doing dry spices, you never want to be this close, right? You saw it was like at least 5-6 inches above. So this way you get that even spread, right? So you don't get this clumps of salt. You know what I mean? Very, very important. Touch.
I learned that the hard way.
Yes. All right. So this is ready to go in. Okay, let's now put this into the oven. And we're gonna put it under the broil. All right, and then we're gonna get cracking. Okay, time to prep. All right, people. So welcome. For those of you just joining, welcome back. For the newcomers, welcome. This is Cooking with Chef Ed. Every Monday to Wednesday, we make dinner, and dinner consists of all plant-based things. So today I'm doing. Can I get that cookbook, please, so I can show them what we're doing? So we're doing a recipe out of here, right? So the recipe that I'm doing is a noodle salad, but not just any noodle salad. This noodle salad I actually ate when I was in India, and I came back home and I recreated a version of it for myself. So this is sort of what a picture of it could look like, depending on the ingredients you use. I use yellow peppers, mint, basil, things like that, right? So really delicious fried mushrooms, fried shallots, really yummy. Okay, Joe Marcus, what's up? So this is what we're working on today, a version of this recipe. All right. So we have carrots, cucumbers, tomatoes, red onions, celery, mint, and basil, right? Those are all of the ingredients we're gonna put in there. The tofu's in the oven already, and then we're gonna use some of these delicious looking mushrooms. All right. So let's get these babies trimmed up so we can saute them. and then we can get everything ready, right? All of the ingredients on the left-hand side does not need to be cooked, so we can take care of that later. The things that need to be cooked, we're gonna attack that right now, right? So I'm gonna get my pan down in the meantime. Get this nice and warm while I prep the mushrooms. Okay, let's check these babies out. Looking good. All right. Periodically, we want to check our tofu. Make sure that they're styling and profiling. What did I say? Yes, same thing. I'm from the islands, right? So, my daughter is making fun of my accent over here.
No,
But it is what it is. Like, so we say, like schedule. Miss Honey,
give you
yes.
10 roses.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much. That's awesome. You rock. Thank you. Yeah, Red Heels. I definitely can. I've been cooking professionally for almost 30 years. So, food's my baby. Like, I love cooking. Right? At least one of my babies, because my other babies are very eyeing me, as I said. But, food was my original baby, my first baby. I watch you. You are awesome. Spot on. Thanks, Red Heels. I appreciate that. All right. I'm just here to share the love. So definitely thank you for watching. Thanks for joining. All right. We're here every week. All right. I'm getting really excited because, I started a new series where, Monday to Wednesday, I'm cooking with you guys. But then on Fridays is mocktail night, right? So Fridays, there's no cooking, but I show you how to make really cool drinks, right? That everybody in the family can enjoy because there's no alcohol involved. You dig? So I'm cutting up these delicious black trumpets here. These mushrooms look amazing. I don't even know why I said black trumpets.
Awesome.
You can hear notes. All right, so you see how I'm cutting the mushrooms, right? Because we're doing noodles, so everything kind of, mimics that length that we're working with, right? And that's the goal, to really create different flavors and different textures, right? Being mindful of what the ingredients are that you're using, right? Very important, okay? So pan is down. We're gonna give this a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. All right, and we're gonna let that get nice and hot. While that's working, where's my bowl? Aha, I got another bowl. While that's working, we're going to cut all of the veggies, the rest of the veggies. All right, the rest of the veggies. Welcome, people. Happy Tuesday. All right, it's almost hump day. Alrighty, so carrots.
Oh, it's Cinco de Mayo.
It is Cinco de Mayo, so happy 5th Cinco de Mayo. Do you mix together? Do I mix together? Talk to me. Do you mix together what? Let me know. All right, people. So meanwhile, like I said earlier on, for those of you just joining, we are making a delicious noodle salad. All right. And if you want to get an actual recipe of an even better noodle salad, I have one in my book that I got straight out of visiting India, right? The hotel I was staying in. I went to Vegas. I was there for the bar and restaurant expo. Yes, my kids can cook, actually. It's funny you say that. My 15-year-old, the one helping me right now, she's an amazing baker. Yes. What's up, Trixie? So yeah, my kids cook. My 10-year-old, my 12-year-old, she's about to be 12. Like, they love being in the kitchen. They love messing with my spices and my seasonings. You name it. So yeah, I think it runs in the family. It's safe to say, right? All right. So for the carrots, instead of cutting it, we're gonna just use the box grater, right?
She said nice showcase her baking.
We will. We're gonna be doing some pastries. maybe Thursday we're gonna do. I've been working on this pineapple tart. So I just roasted the pineapples, cooked it down with a lot of vanilla bean, brown sugar, and spices, nutmeg, cloves, cinnamon. So Thursday, maybe depending on my schedule, we might just we might do pineapple tarts. All right. Nah, you're not greedy. I get it. I dig it. So carrots, right? Nice long strokes. But of course, you want to be careful because you know box graders, they love your fingers. What's up, May? Welcome, welcome. We're making rice stick noodles. We're making rice stick noodles for dinner tonight. All right. So right into my big bowl here, just like that. Okay, scrape all of this in. Now, tip for your knife. All right, I'm new. Are you vegan? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Welcome to my channel. Welcome. I'm here every week cooking delicious vegan bites. Are you in competition with family cooking? I mean, I'm a professional, so you know, everybody else cooks for fun, but they're really good. So, you know, it just depends, right? I mean, my daughter, I'll let her take the baking because, you know, I don't really like baking, but I love baking, if that makes sense. Like, for me, hey, from Georgia, I'm new. What's up, Gina? So, like, I love cooking because you don't have to follow rules when it comes to measurements. It's like a dash of this, a pinch of that. But with baking, you have to be so exact. And, you know, that's where that box comes in. And I'm just like, you know, I don't like being in that box.
And we know how you like being in a box.
I don't like it. You know what I mean? So for me, it's just not the guy. You know what I mean? So that's why I stick to cooking and I let my daughter do the baking.
I like both.
Yes. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I like to bake, but I like cooking more, right? So let's check our tofu. It's sizzling. I'm gonna give this a nice little rotate, and I'm gonna bring it down one level. All right. We want to get it nice and golden, nice and crispy, right? In the meantime, let's get the rest of our veggies going. So we're gonna just trim the guts of our peppers. All right, that sounds funny.
Somebody said, what kind of noodles?
What kind of noodles? We're doing vermicelli, rice stick noodles. All right, rice stick noodles. Really, really, really delicious, really fresh. Alrighty. So peppers. All right, julienne as well. Remember, the goal is to mimic the noodles, right? Granted that our noodles are fried and nice and puffed, but still, we want to get everything similar in terms of look. So this way, when we plate everything, it's just beautiful, right?
And guys, what he's making right now is in the cookbook that's pinned in the shop. So
Yes, I'm doing a version of what's pinned. Yes.
version, but still.
So- What's up, people? Welcome. How you doing? Just slicing and dicing over here. How long do you cook the tofu? Probably for another maybe 10 minutes, right? I have it on broil. So I did like a first 10 minutes on the very top of my broil, like the second level. And then I took it out and I put it down to the other level, right? So it's right in the middle of the oven right now. And this is what it's looking like. Like you can hear the sizzling. It's still pretty soft. We want to give it some more texture, right? So sealing that flavor. So we're putting it back in the oven and we're going to just let it do its thing. All right, so we got that going, which is nice. What, you about to burn up? So let's get our onions going. All right, same thing with the onions. Nice thin slices. Now, what a lot of people don't realize that when you are cooking, right, the way you cut your food affects how your food tastes. A lot of people don't realize that, but it's very true. Debo, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for the gifts. So, cutting is very, 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 very important. All right. Like, I'm telling you, it will make your food taste better if your cuts are clean and if they are concise, right? Like, if everything is the same shape, the same size, the mouthfeel of when you're eating is 10 times better than if you have big chunks of one thing, very tiny pieces of this, and it's very mixed match, right? That's why, like, when you think of like fried rice and you go to a Chinese restaurant, everything is cut small, right? Except for if you do like a mixed vegetable fried rice, different story. But the rule of thumb is if you're doing noodles, kind of make everything favor the noodles in terms of the shape of it, right? Haha, unknown. We gonna catch you. Huh?
It's
What is the dish called? So this is it's a rice stick noodle dish. So it's that's basically what it is. It's a rice stick noodle salad, right? I was about to say fish. That's like, oh my goodness. But nah. So it's a rice stick noodle dish. It's a salad, right? So we have red peppers in here, we have carrots, we have red onions. All right. We're about to add our cucumbers after I peel it. We have tofu cooking in the back. We have my pan getting hot with the oil. All right, noodles are already done. They're puffed and looking really good. So what I like to do is I like to get all the raw veggies in first, add the dressing to this, and wait till you hear what the dressing is made with. Add the dressing to the raw veggies, get that nice and slightly marinated, and then we incorporate the fried noodles. And after that is hasta la vista, baby. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. All right. So let's get this out of here.
Are you gonna put the cucumbers in here?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. All right. So with the cucumbers, remember we're cutting everything about the same length. So I'm gonna cut this into thirds, right? So we can get those matchstick size cucumbers, right? Super, super important. And then we're gonna just go one more down like that so it's not too thick. Let's keep an eye on our tofu, looking nice and crispy. See the color, right? Nice and golden. Woo. Nice and hot.
Nope, this is an all vegan channel, so no fried chicken here.
Oh snap! We got a newcomer.
Yep.
No.
Some kind of music.
Nah, no chicken up in here, homie. In the wrong channel for that one. All right, so cucumbers we're gonna cut. All right, you want to be very careful with the kind of cucumbers you use when you do make this dish, right? Super important. You don't want to get the regular cucumbers that have a ton of seeds in it with all that water. Like if you're gonna buy those, you want to gut out the seeds, right? Because it's gonna dilute the flavor of what you're making. All right. He is making a rice thing. Yes, I am making a rice noodle salad, ladies and gentlemen. Rice noodle salad. All right. So I got my bowl with my veggies. All right. We're cutting everything up to get in there. The oven is done because the tofu is ready. See how quick that was? Because of the way I cut it, right? So, cooking successfully is all about prep and just thinking ahead. You know what I mean? How do you do it so it makes sense? All right, people. Let's bring it back to the love. Let's bring it back to the love. All right. We're gonna forgive those that are ignorant of the goodness of plant-based food. All right, and what it is.
Do I need to come check somebody?
No.
Appreciate it, unknown. All right, people. So cucumbers are almost done. You good, sweetheart. You good.
Just let me know I'm free.
I know you are. All right. So cucumbers are going in, right? And after cucumbers are going in, we're gonna add our herbs.
It's a nice size. It's a nice size.
Nice size? Good, good, good. Right, this is super refreshing. So summertime, this kind of salad is money. All right?
Jennifer says she has your back.
I appreciate that, Jennifer. Thank you very much.
Well, no, mommy does.
Yes. She has my back too. Alrighty. So cucumbers are in. Let's see if our oil is ready. Not quite. So key thing about mushrooms, to really get that flavor in, your oil needs to be really hot. Your pan needs to be really hot, okay? No worries, Jennifer. I appreciate it. That's my daughter, the girl in the background.
Hello.
But yeah, turning 68, May 28th, growing older gracefully. What's up, Kelly? All right. So tomatoes, with this particular salad, you want to get vegetables that are crisp, that are firm, that are not mushy, that are not soggy, right? So you don't want an overly ripe tomato to go into here, right? Your tomato should be nice and firm, all right? When you cut it, it shouldn't be leaking out juice on the sides, you know what I mean? So be very mindful of that, okay? So what I'm gonna do is, we're not gonna throw away anything, so we're gonna just cut it straight down like that. And then we're gonna put it flat and we're gonna give it a cut like that, right? Yes, just like that. And we're gonna put this to the side. We're gonna add the tomato at the very end because we don't want a situation where we're muddling our salad, right? Because, you know, the tomato is so much water. We don't want it to make our noodles soggy, all right? Super important.
Unknown caller said this is teaching me more stuff than school would.
Yes, that's the goal. That's the goal. You're guaranteed to learn something every time you come by my channel. All right? So I appreciate that. Thank you. That's the goal. That's the goal. To use my knowledge to further everyone else's cooking. All right? Okay. Tomatoes are almost ready. One more to cut. And then we're going to get our dressing.
Guys, thanks for all the shares and the hearts and everything.
We appreciate it. Alrighty. Here we go. Last one. All right. Boom. Beautiful. Okay. Next up is our chili. We like some heat in this house, right? So we definitely add in some chili.
Unknown caller said, I like rice. Oh, I love rice.
Yeah. I love rice too.
Mm-hmm.
But I gotta be careful because, you know, gotta be careful with rice. So I mix it up with brown rice, you know, but not just any brown rice. I use basmati brown rice or I use jasmine brown rice. So much better. So much better. All right. So chili's going in. All right. Because we like heat. You know, we're from the Caribbean and Africa up in here. So, you know, spices, nothing. You know what I'm saying? We like it spicy. We like it spice. I like. Isn't nice. All right, people. So I did half of a chili because I'm also going to use this amazing hot sauce that we made last week. If you were on my live, you saw me make this, right? From scratch. It's a mango hot sauce.
Stop playing with it.
Mango, Fresnos, habaneros, and serranos.
Stop playing with it.
Yes. And when I tell you delicious,
It's
oh
so
my
good.
goodness. Like, look at it. What's on top is a little bit of extra virgin olive oil that keeps the oxygen away from it so it doesn't start to oxidize and it doesn't go bad fast, okay? Just a quick tip. All right, back to a regular scheduled program. That was hot sauce. Okay, so I have celery here, I have basil, and I have mint, all picked from my balcony, all right? Because I grew all that stuff. And I'm very proud to say I did, with the help of my mom, of course. Because she's the original green finger. You know, I'm just borrowing from her.
Green thumb.
Finger, thumb,
No,
it's still the same
no,
thing.
you only say green
It's
thumb.
still the same
Green
thing.
thumb, sir.
A thumb is a
No.
finger.
It's,
So
oh my gosh.
just what it is. All right, there's always gonna be haters, and that's, you know,
What are you talking about?
yeah. Anywho,
Emma, good job.
Thank you.
all right, mushrooms are going in. All right,
Exactly.
mushrooms are going in with my green fingers.
That's your dad.
All right, Remember, mushrooms, you don't want to overcrowd the pan.
So
All
it's
right?
like the green thing.
You don't want to overcrowd the pan. And you want to make sure that it's nice and hot. So what we're going to do now is we're going to season this. All right? We're going to season this baby with a little special spice. All right? This is a Southwest mix. All right? So we're going to do a little bit of that and then some nice sea salt. All right, we want to make sure that these mushrooms are flavorful, and then fresh cracked black pepper. All right, very seasoning. Season. All right, so we're looking for golden, right? We're looking for crispy. We're looking for flavor. All right, super important. So I'm gonna drizzle just a little bit more oil on here, just around the edges, just to get that sear going. And then we're gonna give this a toss in about maybe 20 seconds. All right. So remember, ladies and gentlemen, is it actually from like the beach? In terms of the mushrooms, not sure the question. Let me know what you're referring to. Sea salt? Oh yeah, sea salt. Okay. Yes. So what happens is the companies they make these like salt beds close to the ocean, and what happens, they collect the water and they pour it into these like troughs. Depending on, there's different ways to do it, but this is just one way, and they let it dry and it crystallizes, and that's one way of salt. Another way is from a mountain, but obviously that's not sea salt, but depending on the company, but literally it's evaporated water, seawater in a way, but it has to be like pristine, clean, so there's only certain places that it can actually happen, right? So check out our mushrooms. It is fancy, but it's good. It's quality and it's nice, right? So mushrooms are deliciously seared, right? Real nice and quick. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna throw in my tofu in here just so it can stay nice and hot, right? And we're gonna turn this off. All right, boom. All right. Okay, so we got mushrooms and we have tofu locked and loaded. It's done. All right, next up, let's finish this baby. So let me cut up my fresh veggies. All right, so leaves first.
You rock, chef.
Oh, thanks, sweetheart.
I'm not just saying that because I want to eat.
Yeah. The more herbs you put into your noodle salad, the more herbaceous, the more fresh it's gonna be, and it'll really pop. So if you like cilantro, put a good bit in there. If you like basil, put a good bit in there. Mint, on the other hand, I'd be careful. I won't put too much mint because it can kind of throw it off, because the mint is much stronger in flavor. So I would always do less mint than anything else, right? So right into my bowl. We're adding our herbs, right? Nicely cut. Then we're gonna go with the stems of the celery, nice and fine, all right? Because when you grow your own celery, the flavor is way stronger than the stuff that you get at the supermarket, right? It's way more potent. So you don't need a lot of it. What is that noise?
Somebody's outside blowing leaves.
Blowing?
Yes.
Alrighty. Next up, we got our basil. I would put more basil, but I used it a couple nights ago, so I don't have that much left. So that's it. And then for the mint. Alright, so the mint, you never want to use the stems when you're cooking with mint. Alright, the stems are like the worst. If you're doing tea, no worries, not a problem. But if you're gonna eat it raw, then no stems. All right, you pick just the leaves. Very important, because it's like eating rosemary stems. It's ugh. It's horrible. Horrible. Right? We don't want that. So no stems for mints or rosemary or thyme. All right, those herbs you never use the stems. Only if you're cooking. Right? If you're cooking it, you can use everything. But if you're gonna add it to any kind of salads, then only leaves. All right? Beautiful. Smells minty fresh right now. Okay, so what's next? Time for the dressing. All right, this is the fun part. So, hot sauce, right? Thanks for that, Reap Shear. All right, almost forgot one thing. I have my lettuce on the side too. Can't forget that. All right, so we got some lettuce here. All right, normally I'll use cabbage, but I ran out. Hot sauce? Yes, yes, hot sauce. And I'm telling you, it's so tasty. So we're gonna do about a tablespoon of hot sauce, right? And then
Oh, sorry.
need to go. Battery life is at 3%. See you tomorrow. All right, Jennifer. Later. Be blessed.
Bye.
All right. So sesame oil is going in. We have delicious soy sauce.
Oh, that's gonna be good.
Right? And then we're gonna add right here. Right? Emma. Her name is Emma.
Hello.
Right here, we're gonna add the sweetener. Alright? So you can do apricot jam, you can do marmalade, any of those sweet stuff you can do, right? So we're going with about 2 teaspoons, right, of the sweet stuff. Okay? And then for the acidity, we can go with any kind of vinegar except for like a balsamic vinegar, right? So you can do a rice wine vinegar, which would be really cool. And that's what I have actually used in the recipe in the cookbook. But today we're using apple cider vinegar, right? And we're gonna give this a nice little stir.
Sound like I'm barking.
Alrighty. We're almost there, ladies and gentlemen. We're almost there. Let's taste this baby. Nice. All right. So you get the heat from the hot sauce. You get the sweetness from the marmalade. You get the sesame oil, right? So what are we missing here? You know what? Let's add a little bit of hoisin.
Ooh, that'll make it good.
All right, we're gonna add a little bit of hoisin. All right. And then we're gonna give this a nice little stir here. All right. Okay. Must have forgot. Okie dokie. All right, people. So we are done with our delicious sauce for this salad. Now, let's move this to the side because we need to spin this lettuce real quick so we can add it. All right, so we can add it to our mix. All right, and just like the tomato, we're gonna add it towards the end.
Somebody has like a spinner thing.
It's a salad spinner. Yeah, it's a salad spinner, so you can get it on, you know, any. You can get it anywhere, really, any home place. You know, Amazon. They all have it, right? Different versions of it. But yeah, it comes in handy, you know, because you got to wash your stuff these days. You know, you can't really trust anything from the markets. You know what I mean? Okay, let's do this. So right into our veggies, we're going to pour a good bit of this, right? Maybe even all. Okay, Next, we need gloves. Do me a favor, can you open up the Noodle for me, please? All right, people. So we give this a nice little toss. All right, season up everything. All right, and then guess what's going in here next? I will show you. Okay, so my puffed noodles, right? See that? Listen how crispy it is, right? So that's what's in here, okay? So this is how you're able to make this really cool salad. Look at that. Look how pretty that looks, all right? Yummy, all right? So now, we want to make sure that everything is mixed in here real good. We might need to add a little bit more poison, but we'll see. All right, now we can add our tomatoes, right? And our lettuce.
Chef,
Yes.
1 second.
Okay, move this out of the way. 1 second. All right, people, give me 1 second. I have a little emergency.
I shall entertain. Where's everybody from? Just while we're waiting. New York, Florida, New York again, Australia, cool. New York, wow, a lot of New York. Mississippi, Hyattsville, Baltimore, Louisiana, cool. Upstate New York, wow, a lot of New York. Long Island, New York, Missouri, cool. Atlanta, Texas, Chicago.
All right, we're back. Let's clean up.
Atlanta, that's where we're from. Well,
Nice. We got somebody in Atlanta, North Carolina. Alrighty. Let us write this down. Get our bowls. Alright.
Unknown caller said, have the most blessed day. I have to go.
You too. You too. Thanks for rocking and rolling. Alright. Thanks for rocking and rolling. Okay. So let's finish giving this a tossed. And then we're gonna sprinkle our mushroom tofu mix right at the very end on the top.
So colorful.
Yes, definitely colorful. All right. So that's it. We're done. Salad's mixed. All right. Appreciate that, Unbothered. Okay, so right into the bowl.
Somebody asked, how do you do the puff noodles?
Super easy. You get a pan of oil, right? And you make sure it's really hot. And then you do small batches of your rice stick noodles in. And as soon as you drop them in, they should puff up immediately. If they don't, your oil is not hot enough. And then you start over. So always test with 1 or 2 before you do the entire amount, right? Super, super important. So what's in here? Someone asked. This is our rice stick noodle salad. So we have carrots, cucumbers, tomatoes, peppers, onions, lettuce. All right. We have basil, mint, celery. Right. What else we have in here?
You said lettuce.
And our noodles.
Carrots. You said carrots.
Carrots, yep, said that too.
Peppers, onions. That's it.
All of that. So then to finish, all right, we get our delicious.
Cilantro. That's what we forgot.
No cilantro today. So then we're just going right on top, right? Just like that, right? So we have a mixture of tofu and mushrooms, right? Seasoned really nicely,
Jalapeno peppers.
right? We have some Thai chilies in here as well. Yeah, that was Thai chilies. But thank you, bless. And yeah, that's it, people. We're done. Dinner's done. All right. Nice and quick, nice and easy. So if you want to do a version of this with an exact recipe, check out the cookbook we got pinned. All right. You'll get your version right there. Otherwise, I will see you tomorrow. All right. Same time, same place, 5:30-ish. All right. We'll be on here. And tomorrow we'll be doing something else that's 100% plant-based. All right. Appreciate that. Wow, wow. Thank you so much. All right, people. It does look delicious. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Blessed. You be blessed. Everyone, take it easy. And I will catch you tomorrow. All right. Later, everybody.